حسبنا الله ونعم الوكيل حسبنا الله ونعم الوكيل.
نحمده صلوا عليه ورسوله الكريم أما بعد أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم رب اشرح لي صدري ويسر لي أمري واحلل عقدة من لساني يفقهوا قولي يا أيها الذين آمنوا قوا أنفسكم وأهلكم نارا وقودها الناس والحجارة. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh, my brothers and sisters. Today, it's another milestone in the journey of Burooj International School. And I would like to thank all the parents who have cooperated and supported in this journey. I would like to start with a small incident that happened in the life of Umar ibn al-Khattab. It's an interesting story, and we have a lot of lessons to learn from that. And from this platform, I would like to narrate the story so that we all can benefit. This is an incident in the time of Umar ibn al-Khattab, the second Khalifa of Islam. A man came to Umar radiyallahu anhu and said, Ya Amir al-Mu'mineen, my son, he is very disobedient to me. He does not like me. He does not obey my orders. And he started complaining issues after issues. Umar summoned the boy, called the boy and asked him, O son, your father has many complaints about you. He says you are not fulfilling the rights of his. The son or the boy asked Umar, Ya Amirul Mu'mineen, does son have any right, or the father have any right over the son, and son has right over the father? Umar said, certainly, sons do have rights over their father too. So he asked him, what are those rights? Can I know them? Umar Raziyallahu Ta'ala Anhu said, yes, certainly. And you have rights like the father has to choose a righteous woman. And look at the details that's been narrated in this incident. And I can guarantee you that no other religion would explain this in this detail. He said, your father has to marry a pious woman and give a good name to you. And the third, the first thing that he teaches you is Quran. Now let's analyze this. The three conditions of the rights of children narrated by Umar Raziyallahu Ta'ala. The first, marry a righteous spouse. Now we have to identify and look upon ourselves. How many times have we considered a righteous woman or righteous father? When we look out for spouses, whether it's female looking out for a male, male looking out for a female, it is very important that they look for pious spouse. There's an hadith where Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam said that people will look out for women for three things. One, beauty. Second, wealth. And third, lineage. These are the primary things that people look out in a woman. But he said that the best of you is the one who looks out for a woman for her piety. Look for righteous woman. Now, very first right is about the marriage. The second is giving a good name to your child. It shouldn't happen that we keep some name to the child and the child hates that name. It has a bad meaning or the pronunciation is not right, but the hadith is very specific about giving good name which has a good meaning. We have heard of many incidents where people have come and said, can I name my son Amir Khan or Salman Khan? Of course, but name has no bad meaning, but certainly whom are you naming it against? What's your role model? What are you looking for in your son? If these are the people who impresses you, imagine what's this destiny going to be, right? So the second right is a good name. The third right that the child has is teaching him Quran. The first thing that he has to learn in his life is Quran. It's not about just reading the Quran. It's imbibing the teachings of the Quran in our lives. We know many people who recites Quran umpty number of times. But how much of that Quran is within us in our practical life? We each of us have to reflect that. We have to understand how much of that Quran am I practicing. And these are the three rights of the children. And then the boy replied to Umar. He said, Ya Amirul Mu'mineen, my father has not fulfilled any of these rights. He married a woman who is a Majusi, who worships fire. And then he gave me a name, Jalalan, which means dung beetles. And then Quran, he has not taught me a single letter from it. Now Umar Raziyallahu Ta'ala anhu got angry on the father. He turned towards him and he said, you have not fulfilled your duty before your son could fulfill for you. You have not fulfilled his rights, and how do you expect your rights? This incident gives a lot of message to us, and we have to carry that and ensure that the teaching that we give to our children is Quran. There are many rewards associated with this, and there are various hadiths, and I would like to just quote one or two examples from those, because I would be taking a number of time. I will be taking enough more time than allocated to me. The rewards to the parents for teaching their children Quran: you will be given 2 garments on the day of Qiyamah. There is an hadith where Prophet Muhammad said, whoever recites the Quran, learns it, and acts according to it will be given a crown of light to wear on the day of judgment, whose light will be like that of a sun. His parents will be clothed in 2 garments, and the garments that did not exist in this world, which means that you have never seen a like of it. So they will say, parents, what has caused us to be clothed with 2 clothings? It will be said to them, your child taking hold of the Quran has caused this. You will also be getting continuous rewards for instilling Islam into their hearts and helping in preserving the Quran into their hearts. It is also narrated by Abu Hurairah Raziyallahu Ta'ala anhu, where he says the Prophet Muhammad Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam has said, the Quran will come on the day of resurrection and say, O Lord, adorn him. So he will give him a crown of honor to wear. Then he will say, O Lord, give him more. So Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala will give him the garment of honor. And then he will say, O Lord, be pleased with him. And Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala will be pleased with him. Then it will be said to him, recite the Quran and advance in the status. And for each verse that you will gain, one more hasanat. So there are plenty of rewards associated with helping our children to learn Quran and practice Quran in their life. I make dua to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. رَبَّنَا هَبْ لَنَا مِنْ أَزْوَاجِنَا وَذُرِّيَّاتِنَا قُرَّةَ أَعْيُنٍ وَاجْعَلْ لَنَا لِلْمُتَّقِينَ إِمَامًا. O Lord, grant our spouses and our offsprings be a comfort to our eyes and make us the Imam of Muttaqeen. This dua is a very powerful dua taught by Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala in the Quran. Do remember this dua in your prayers. It will help your children. And I would heartily congratulate all the parents sitting here who have realized that and you have put your children into an Islamic school. That means you have already fulfilled the 3 rights that child has over you. Today, we have an extraordinary day. We have an occasion where we have 2 news to share with you. One, brother has already shared, we are registered school from nursery to 10th grade. And the second is that we started a program called Full-Time Hifz 3 years back. A program where we wanted to give an opportunity to the bright children who would like to memorize Quran completely. And it's a 3 years program. And we identified who are those children who will be capable of completing this Quran or memorizing the Quran in their heart. Now with this, today we have completed those 3 years and we have got 4 kids who have become Hafiz, completely memorized the Quran at a very young age. Allahu Akbar. It's not easy. It comes with a lot of dedication, hard work, sacrifices, and not sacrifices only from the child but the parents as well. The sacrifice is not simple. The child has to report to the school 6:30 a.m. and goes back 4 p.m. home back. Now this is not easy because the parents have to be along with them. And that's not enough. They also need to work hard when the child goes back home because there is a new lesson that has been given which has to be memorized and then revision is also going to happen. So a child who has memorized 28 paras and learning 29th para is not simple for him because he has to learn new sabaq and also revise 28 paras that he has memorized already. It's a very, very tough job. The parents, I would like to congratulate those parents who have become successful this year. And there are many more kids to come, inshallah, in next year and years after that. Now before I would call the children, I would like to call the Hufaz who have worked very, very hard behind this mission and worked along with the children from morning 6 to evening 4 to help them become Hafiz. Let me call upon the Hufaz.
I request the Ustads, Ustad Jafar, Ustad Akmal and Ustad Saifullah to come onto the stage and collect their mementos.
Next, I would call upon the children who have become Hafiz
The
this
ones
year.
who have, the ones who've completed memorizing the entire Quran are Ikham bin Yunus Rabbani. We call upon the proud parents of these students to accompany their wards to the stage. We have Ikham bin Yunus Rabbani. And Huda Yunus Rabbani's parent, please.
We have a cash reward for the children who have completed the hifz. And we have a cash reward of 25,000 each.
Proud moment, congratulations. Ikam Huda, memorizing the Quran in 3 years, within 3 years, alhamdulillah.
Next we have Mohammad Zaid Khan. Can we have the parents of Mohammad Zaid Khan on stage, please? Syed Ibrahim. Can we have the parents of Syed Ibrahim on stage, please?
Full-time Hifz Ustad, all the 3 Ustad, Jafar sir, please come for a group pic with your children, all the 4 who have completed the Quran with the 3 Ustad. It's a proud moment for you all. Congratulations. A big round of applause for the 4 children who could manage it within 3 years to complete and memorize the Quran. May Allah keep it active and make it that memorization which they have done, all the hard work they have put in for a lifetime, and may they never ever forget all the words that they have learned, each and every word that they have learned, may it always remain with them forever.
Jazakallahu khair. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. So there are still some more prizes to be given off.
Alhamdulillah and Mabarook to the parents as well as the students. We move on to the General Proficiency and 100% Attendance Awards. For the General Proficiency Award, children from each section were rated for consistently performing well in academics, participation in extracurricular activities, staying on task, using time wisely, submitting work on time, respecting teachers, support staff and classmates, following school rules, and reporting to the school in clean and neat uniform, always. Under the 100% attendance category, students who haven't missed school even for a day have been identified and awarded. We hope this will be a motivation for the other students. We would want more number of students winning awards under this category. I request Chairman Sir to give away the prizes. We sincerely appreciate the efforts put in by all our students. Some put in that extra mile and reached that extra mile. The ones who have gone that extra mile are Zaina Mariam of grade 2A. Sheikh Mohammad Jafar Hussain, 2B. Tohfa Fatima of 3A. Mohammad Saad Dalayat of 3B. Rida Anam of 4A. And Mohammad Danish Khan of 4B. Under the 100% attendance category, we have Bibi Abina of 2A. Audience, please give them a huge round of applause. Sayeda Afifa Siddiqa, Zoya Amreen, Sara Yusuf, and Umme Kulsum, all the girls of 3A. %100% attendance. Next we have Arman Pasha of 4B. A hearty congratulations to all the winners. Parents, let us appreciate the winners with a big round of applause and Allahu Akbar. Jazakallahu khairan, sir.